Mountain Lions. Captains for tonight's game, number 54, DiMaggio Streve, number 57, Tyree McKinney, number 9, Josiah Ware, and number 34, David Wilkinson, the captains for the Cats. And we'll get the captains here for Mountain View. Looks like number 13, Isaiah Sparkman, number 6, Zach Martinez, number 28, Sean Buttigieg. It looks like number 25, Dylan Arvayo. So those are the captains for tonight's game as we get set for week 5 of Cienega football. Cienega coming off the 63-7 win on the road against Rincon and University High School, where they were just in complete charge from the get-go. 9 touchdowns total and only allowed 1. So we'll see here against a definitely a better Mountain View team here at home on the break.
The Bobcats will be receiving at the north end zone. Fans, we'd like to remind you that both Mountain View and Cienega abide by the Arizona Interscholastic Association Victory with Honor. This means cheering for our student athletes in a positive manner. Best of luck to both teams here tonight.
So the Cats will be receiving first to open things up. It's the Cienega Bobcats in all blue tonight, and the Mountain View Mountain Lions in all white with the gray helmets. Copper helmets for Cienega. People you can see that are dressed up and active for tonight's game for the Cats. You can see number 80, Wyatt Wingstead. Number 3, Anthony Phillips. Number 2, Trevor Hughes. And here we go as we get started. And kickoff is underway. It is number 30, Nguyen on the kick. It's a short one. Bounce it around the 10 for Elijah Amico. And it took a bad bounce for him. He jumps on top of it. Not great starting field position here for the Cats at the 10-yard line. So what was a short kick ended up a pretty good result for the Mountain View Mountain Lions on special teams. Not a huge show up for the Cienega fans tonight here on fall break. Many probably on vacation. Handoff here goes to Silva to start things off. Gets around 5 on the run. Dylan Silva had a rushing touchdown last week against Rincon. And that brings up a 2nd and 5. Handoff again. And this is Gabe Levy, who gets a few yards on the play. Number 58, Carlo Canese on the tackle. And Isaiah Sparkman. And that brings up an early 3rd and 1 for the Cats here. Josiah Ware and Sebastian Felix, the receivers for Montana. 2 in the backfield, hands it off to the fullback, Silva, and pushes his way through for a first down. Good efficient running here to start. These two teams both known for more of the running style in their offenses this year. And you can tell that just by the stats, especially for Mountain View. Silva and Levy in the backfield for Montana. Hands it off to Levy, has a hole up the middle. Still going after breaking a few tackles. And a first down and more, and eventually tackled by number 7, Giovanni Cicasio, the junior cornerback for the Mountain Lions. So all runs here to start for Cienega, and they're going to go with another run with Levy again. And Levy is stopped up around the 40. Looks like Cienega is just seeing what they can do with the run game, keeping Silva and Levy back there. And so far it's working. They're getting some good gains up the middle. They're going with the same look over and over again. Felix and Ware, the receivers, with single coverage on the outside. And here they go with another handoff to Levy. And a gang tackle there by the Mountain Lions, but it looks like it's close for a first down, and they are going to mark him for the first down. First and 10 from the 48. They go with Silva here. Silva with a few yards. Back and forth, back and forth. Silva or Levy. They're getting a good workload here to start. Mountain View having trouble stopping this run game for the Cats. Hand off to Levy. And it's tackled by number 3, Darren Stroman. Stroman still down on the floor. He may be injured. Didn't really see what happened there, but Stroman was on the tackle. Looked like he reached up and got Levy's legs. I don't know how he got injured on that play, but it is number 3, Darren Stroman, the senior, 5'11", 155. Mountain View is 1-3 coming into the game. Their first game was against Ironwood Ridge. They lost 21-7. Then they had some tough opponents back-to-back. Higley, they lost 38-13. Then against Castile, they lost 25-13. And last week, they got their first win of the season, shutting out the Tucson High Badgers 12-0. And here they are in Vail, Arizona to take on the Cats. Next week, they'll have Choya as their opponent, team that Cienega saw in week 1. Next week, Cienega will be on the road against Sunnyside. Then the week after that is their homecoming here against Buena and Giovanni Borbin, who's been the starting quarterback there since his freshman year. Now as a senior, one of the top quarterbacks in Southern Arizona. Then they're away against Marana. Then they're home against Nogales. And then for the last week of the season, they're away against Ironwood Ridge. Ironwood Ridge 1-3, right? Ironwood Ridge plays Desert View tonight. Saguaro is against Sunnyside. Cienega's opponent next week. Looks like Stroman is sitting up here. And Stroman gets to his feet here, which is a good sign. Coach Matt Johnson to check on his senior cornerback. If you're just tuning in, we'd like to welcome you in. Cienega here against Mountain View Mountain Lions. Cienega received the ball to start, and they've been rushing it up the field. They started at their own 10. They're now on the opposing 33. They've been rushing it with Gabe Levy and Dylan Silva to start. We do have an injured player on the field. It is number 3, Darren Stroman, the senior. And we hope the best for Stroman. Good show out for the Mountain View Marana fans tonight on the opposing side. They've filled up about just over half, I would say, minus their marching band. Stroman back up to his feet.
Fans, the injured player from Mountain View is Darren Stroman.
And we wish the best for Darren Stroman as he exits off the field with his coaches assisting him. We'll look back to get to play here. And here we go, back to action. With 8:57 remaining in the first. Looks like the officials saw something on Sebastian Felix, maybe on his leg that he wasn't supposed to have on, so Elijah Amico comes in for Felix as Felix gets whatever he's not supposed to have off. And they go with Levy again. Good stop there by the defensive line and the defensive Mountain View. Gets a couple of yards on the play. So here we go, 2nd and 8. First throw look for the Bobcats. Pass incomplete out of the hands of the intended receiver, Tristan Bushy. Got hit after the play by the cornerback, Joseph Richards. And that'll bring up a 3rd down for the Cats. Tristan Bushy is the 2nd leading receiver on the Cats. He only has 5 receptions, so it just tells you how much of a running team Cienega is. Leading receiver is Elijah Amico with 6 coming into tonight's game. Handoff here to the big back, Dylan Silva. Brushes off a few tackles, but ultimately tackled by a gang of Mountain View Mountain Lions. It was number 66, Sam Hulaafa, who got there first. And it looks like they're going to go for a long field goal here. This would be a 48-yard field goal attempt for Juliano Reyes. The kick is up, and it is no good to the left. So the 47-yard field goal attempt is no good to start things off here, and it will turn the ball around to the Mountain View Mountain Lions as we'll get a first look at their offense. So the ball is at the 20-yard line. This is number 12, Hayden Parsons, the junior, that is the starting quarterback for the Mountain Lions. As we start things off, he has 3 receivers for him. He's going to hand it off to his tailback, and Cienega gets to that one quickly. Tomajo Streve there first. Let's see, it looks like it was number 28, Sean Buttigieg, on the carry. So it was a gain of 1 on the first play for the Mountain Lions. So it brings up a 2nd and 9 on the second. Receiver in motion, number 10. He's going to take it, and that is going to be a big loss as David Wilkinson tackles number 10, Varney Larson. Varney Larson, one of the playmakers for the Mountain View Mountain Lions on offense. We remember him last year in last year's matchup of these two teams.
Number 10, Varney Larson on the carry. Tackled for loss on the play by David Wilkinson.
Very fast tailback, 5'7", 180. And that brings up a long 3rd down. Mountain View needs 16 yards to convert here. And they're going to keep it with Hayden Parsons. And just a couple on the gain there. You're going to see a lot of quarterback keeps from Hayden Parsons. He doesn't throw the ball much. They do a lot of rushing, and they do a lot of quarterback keepers. He has like 72 carries on the year. Yep, 72 carries for 102 yards for Parsons. So not long runs. And it's going to be an early punt. It looks like Parsons is out to punt, so he does the quarterbacking and punting duties. Punt is rolling here. Oh, Amico Lost it for a bit, jumps back on top of it. I could have been bad for the Cats, but good job by Amico hopping back on top of the ball. So the first offensive drive for the Cats was a lot of running the ball, and then it was a 47-yard field goal attempt by Juliano Reyes, which was no good. So the score is 0-0 after both sides have seen the ball once. Handoff here is going to go to Sebastian Felix. And a flag here after the play was over. And it's going to be against the Cats here. So it was a holding on Cienega, which is going to bring them back 10 yards after the run. Looks like Ryan Swoger's coming in at quarterback here. All quarterbacks saw a good amount of playing time in last week's rout over Rincon, 63-7. Handoff here again to Felix. Same look play, just on the other side. And little to no gain here. Brings up a 2nd and 15 here. Ryan Swoger has 4 receivers on his side. They send Felix in motion again. Swoger's going to keep it himself. Spins off one tackler, then is tackled by number 2, Aaron Logsden. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down here for Cienega. Ryan Swoger, the quarterback for this drive. Looks like Daniel Montana is okay. So they need 3 yards here on 3rd down. Back to look to throw is Swoger. Coming around the right, he's going to run it. Flags on the play. He does have the 1st down. We'll see what the flag is. And that's going to be a holding on the Cats, so that's going to repeat the down and be a longer yardage here. It's going to make it 3rd and 13. 3 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the first. Swoger back to throw. Inside the pocket and sacked from behind. Good defensive stop there by the Mountain Lions. It was number 52, Jonathan Coleman, the senior defensive end, on the sack. You have to wonder, minus injury, why you see Ryan Swoger on that drive and Montana on the first one. We'll see who comes out for the 3rd play. Montana does look to be okay. Felix to punt here. Back to receive is Varney Larson. Larson drops the punt, and it is picked up by Cienega. It's Tristan Prawley who picks it up off the mishandle from Varney Larson. Larson's not happy with himself, but Cienega has great field position here after the fumble. Montana, the quarterback now. It's Sebastian Felix on the run. He has one defender to beat and is tackled by number 24, Collins Opuku Apo, the junior defensive back. So a very good gain there by Sebastian Felix. And the Cats are now in the Pyramid Federal Credit Union red zone for the first time tonight. From the 17-yard line goes Levy. Levy cuts one defender, flags on the play, up to around the 10-yard line. And the call was a legal motion against the Cats, so good amount of penalties on the Cienega side to open things up. And that's going to be something they need to fix. Pat Nugent, having some words with the official, seems to disagree. So the penalty makes it a 2nd and 17 to work with from the 24-yard line. Montana with Silva and Levy in the backfield. Hands off to Levy. Levy breaks a tackle and up to around the 18-yard line. And 1 minute remaining in the first. That brings up a 3rd and 12 for the Cats inside the red zone. Caleb Kidney, Elijah Amico, and Josiah Ware lined up as receivers. Dylan Silva in the backfield for Montana. Amico goes in motion, cuts back the other way. Snap goes to Montana, looking to throw. Is going to keep it for himself. Montana, and a good tackle made by number 9, Dalen Smith, as he tackled the running Montana. Penalties on the play. And another penalty against the Cats. But it's going to be declined, and it's going to bring up a 4th down, and Juliano Reyes and his field goal unit is going to come back onto the field. He missed his first one on the first drive. It was a 47-yarder. You don't see that much with high school field goal kickers, but he looked confident in kicking this one. So a much easier one attempting here, 33 yards. Ethan Williams, the holder, gets it down. Reyes' kick is up, and it is no good. Juliana Reyes 0 for 2 to open things up on field goals, and that leaves things at 0 apiece with 31 seconds remaining in the first quarter. So Mountain View will get the ball back at their 20-yard line. They dropped the punt on their last drive, and Cienega picked it up. Tackle there goes spilling into the Cienega sideline. It was number 25, Dylan Arvayo on the carry. A 5-yard run by Arvayo, so it brings up a 2nd and 5. Handoff goes here, rolling right, and a good stop there by the Cienega defense is Collins Opuku Apo, who we've seen tonight on offense and defense making plays. And it looks like that play is going to be the end of the first quarter. And it looks like it is, but they're staying out there. Yep, so that brings an end to the first quarter. 0 apiece for each team, something we don't see a lot. But it has been the penalties and the miscues that have been the storyline so far. It was the drop punt by Varney Larson that turned the things over for Cienega. Then it was penalties and 2 missed field goals by Cienega. And so heading into the second quarter, we'll flip things around, but Mountain View still has the ball. 3rd and 6 from their own 24. It's Matt Johnson as head coach for the Mountain View Mountain Lions. It's in his first season. They're 1-3 to start. But previously, if you've heard his name before, you are correct. He has 10 seasons with Ironwood Ridge. He made the playoff in each year of his 10 years, and he won the state championship in 2012, beating the powerhouse Centennial 27-3. 85-35 is his total record at Ironwood Ridge, which is staggering, and he never had a losing season in his 10 years. So a great head coach on the other side for Mountain View. I don't know what was the reason he left Ironwood Ridge, but here he is at Mountain View, and they're slow to start, but expect this team to have a lot of winning seasons over the years, because that is a great head coach over on the other sideline. Keeper here for Parsons. Hunter Schlegel, Isaiah Webb on the tackle. Isaiah Webb has the ball. Oh, and the official is going to say that Parsons was down. And you don't see much arguing from the coaches, so it looks like that call is correct. Isaiah Webb wasn't happy with it. You saw the same type of play with Isaiah Webb against Centennial. Isaiah Webb stripped the ball away from the rusher, went the other way for the touchdown. And it looked similar in that play, but marked down on the play. So that's going to bring up the punting unit for Mountain View. Elijah Miko back to receive. He had trouble handling the first punt on its roll. This one's going to roll as well, and Miko's going to let Mountain View down it. Flags on the play. And it's going to go all the way down to the 18-yard line with 10 minutes, 50 seconds remaining in the half. We'll see the Bobcat offense back out on the field again. They have 3 drives. 2 of them were capped off by missed field goals, and 1 of them was a turnover on downs. That's another penalty on Cienega on the punt, which is going to back them up even farther to start things off. So many penalties coming into the game, and they're going to need to clean things up if they want to win now and if they want to win in their next games. So the penalty backs things up all the way to the 9-yard line. And the Cats now in the shadows of their own end zone. Handoff, nope. Montana looking to throw, feels the pressure, stiff arms the defender, but the defender takes him down in doing so. And that is number 22, Kai Walsh, who took a hand to the face but was able to wrap around Montana. So that's going to be a loss on the play, and it's going to bring them even closer to their end zone. It's at the 4-yard line. The Cats need to be careful here and not have any mistakes. A loss of 6 on the play brings up 2nd and 16. Handoff here goes to Felix, brings it out of the end zone. Helmet comes off on the play, which is dangerous. It's actually Gabe Levy here. Flags on the play. And it's going to be a face mask on Mountain View, which is the reason I guess his helmet came off there on the play. That's a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down for the Cats. Handoff there, up the middle. And a flag on the play. Looks like it was an extra push by number 9, Dalen Smith. And we'll see if that's the call here. Looked like that penalty came in right after Josiah Ware got pushed after the play had ended. And that is the call, so that's going to add some yardage here to the drive for Cienega. All the way up to the 43-yard line. Handoff here goes to Levy, and it is stopped immediately. And that's Dalen Smith getting the tackle again. Dalen Smith showing good signs here on defense to start, as we have 9 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the half. Cats are trying to put some points on the board, 0-0 for both teams. Second and 11. Caleb Kidney and Josiah Ware, receivers for Montana. Montana to throw, and is going to be sacked here. Oh no, he breaks the tackle. And then is tackled by number 2, Aaron Logsden. Looked for sure that Daniel Montana was going to get sacked there on the play, but he broke the tackle and ended up losing yardage anyway with the tackle by Logsden. Flags on the play. It's going to be on Cienega, which is going to back them up. So many penalties to start. The holding call makes it a 2nd and 25 for Cienega. Montana looking to throw, dumps it off to the halfback Levy. And Levy with a few yards on the reception out of the backfield, tackled by Dylan Arvayo. That's going to bring up a long 3rd down for Cienega. Eight minutes to go here in the half. 0-0. From 3rd and 20, Montana looking to throw, rolling left, pass incomplete, intended for Caleb Kidney, and that's going to bring up 4th down for the Cats, and we'll see the punting unit come out again. Collins Apoku Apo going to let Cienega down it here. And a good punt there is going to bring the Mountain View offense out to the 18-yard line. Last year's matchup, Cienega won 38-21 on the road. Hayden Parsons went 14 for 28, had 120 yards and a throwing touchdown. He also had a rushing touchdown. Aaron Logsden, who we've seen make some plays defensively here tonight, had a rushing touchdown on in that game as well. So Hayden Parsons, I don't know if he started as a freshman, but he started last year as a sophomore, now as a junior, and only going to get better as he looks to start next year as a senior under newly head coach Matt Johnson here. There's a penalty that went against Mountain View, backed them up 5 yards, 1st and 15. Looks like we have a different quarterback in. He looks a lot more mobile here. And tackler coming out of nowhere, Trey Dinetzo. It was number 7, Giovanni Kikasio. And it looks like he's staying in at quarterback. Didn't look like Parsons was hurt, so we have another quarterback change here now for the Mountain Lions. We could say his name is Giovanni Ciasio. Hands it off here to number 24 near the sideline, tackled by Dylan Silva. Collins Apoku Apo. Ciascio, the 6'1", 170 junior, taking over at quarterback for Hayden Parsons. Don't know why Parsons left the game, but we'll see here. Ciascio gonna keep it here and is backing up here, which is dangerous, but looking to get more yards out of it, and does. And it was Trey Denetzo again on the tackle. A couple of good tackles there by Trey Denetzo on the quarterback, Giovanni Ciascio. That's going to bring out the punting unit for Mountain View. Hayden Parsons, the punter. So he is okay if he's coming out to punt. Which is probably a schematic thing for Matt Johnson and the Mountain Lions. Low punt here. And Mountain View is going to down it at Cienega's 36-yard line. It was a 46-yard punt for Parsons. And the Cats are going to look to put some points up on the board before heading into halftime. There's under 5 minutes remaining here in the half. And here we go. 3 receivers lined up for Montana. Gabe leaving the backfield. Elijah Amico goes in motion. Cuts back the other way. This is going to be handoff to Amico coming around the right. And a few yards there for Amico. Up to around the 45-yard line. It was Kai Walsh on the tackle. Senior linebacker. Montana looking to throw, has pressure, and is going to be sacked by number 22, Kai Walsh. And it was also number 56 there on the sack, Mike Contreras. So it looks like the defensive line of Mountain View has been getting to the quarterback pretty early, as Montana has seen a lot of pressure when he's been looking to throw the ball. Might be why they're running the ball here a lot. So brings up another third down for Cienega, 3rd and 11. Montana looking to throw, is going to take it up the middle himself, needs 11, and he loses the ball. It's a fumble, and Cienega jumps on top of it. It looks like Tyree McKinney got back on top of it. And he did, so Montana comes up hobbly. Looks like his leg is hurt. And the punting unit for Cienega will come back out. And Montana onto his knees in pain, so Bobby Belts or Ryan Swoger might want to start throwing here to come in as backup potentially. Cienega likely to get the ball back here. 3 minutes remaining in the half. Collins, and this punt goes out of bounds around the 22-yard line. And we'll see the Mountain View offense again. flags here before this play kicks off. It's going to be a false start on Mountain View. Let's bring up a 1st and 15 for Mountain View at the 17-yard line. 2 minutes, 47 seconds remaining in the half. Collins, Apoku, Apo in motion. Parsons looking to throw downfield. And it is in and out of the hands of the defender, Josiah Ware. He had his hands all over that one, but dropped it at the last second. It was Varney Larson, the attendant receiver there on the play. Handoff here, going to go to Aaron Logsden. Cats are going to look to stop this drive quickly for the Mountain Lions so they can get the ball back here before the half. It is 3rd and 13 with 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining. To throw is Parsons on the screen to Logsden. And tackled there by Christian DiCochea. And the punting unit for Mountain View is going to come out. And a timeout by Cienega before the punt here. Still 0-0 with 2 minutes and 4 seconds remaining in the half. Elijah Amico back to receive from the punt from Parsons. Going to fair catch here at around the 44-yard line to start. Montana remains on the bench as he got injured on the last drive. And it is Ryan Swoger coming in at quarterback. So here we go. Cat's going to try and put some points on the board before heading into the locker rooms. 4 receivers in a look for Ryan Swoger. Throws here is intercepted by number 8, Brandon DeVoy. Brandon DeVoy down the sideline at the 10. Sidesteps Ryan Swoger and inside the 5. Mountain View in business with 1 minute and 48 seconds remaining in the half. And it's placed at the 5-yard line for Mountain View. Great position here and a great opportunity to put it in the end zone to score first here in tonight's matchup. And Mountain View's going to take a timeout here with 1 minute, 48 seconds remaining. Hayden Parsons in the Mountain View Mountain Line offense at the 5-yard line of Cienega with 1 minute and 48 seconds remaining. Parsons in last week's game, in the win against Tucson High, they won 12-0. Parsons went 1 for 11 throwing the ball. He had an interception, in the one completion went for 2 yards. So not a great night throwing for Parsons. But he did have a rushing touchdown, and 2 field goals was made by Nguyen, which made it 12-0 on the missed PAT. Parsons going to keep here up the middle. He's near the end zone, and he's going to be marked short. Parsons with a big stature at 6'5". Pushed his way for 4 yards there, and now they're at the 1. Second down, 1 minute, 30 seconds remaining. From 2nd and 1. Parsons going to keep, trying to get the edge here, and is into the end zone for a touchdown. Flags on the play. And it's going to be a holding against Mountain View, so that's going to back things up here. Good sign for the Cats. We'll see if Cienega can make a defensive stand here and force a field goal. So it's going to be 2nd and 11 for Hayden Parsons in the offense. Excuse me, it was a 15-yard penalty, so that brings up 2nd and 16 for Hayden Parsons in the offense. Aaron Logsdon in the backfield with Parson. Back to throw, rolling right, feeling pressure from Bryce Marks, and is brought down on the play after he released it. And it was a short pass for his intended receiver. There's exactly 1 minute remaining. 3rd and 16 for Mountain View. Here we go, back to action, 3rd and 15, ball on the 15-yard line. Parsons back to throw here, looking to the end zone, and pass incomplete. Isaiah Sparkman, the intended receiver, was too high for him, so we'll see if the field goal unit comes out, and they do. It's gonna be Nagishan Nguyen, who is the kicker for Mountain View. He was 2 for 2 in last week's game against Tucson High from field goal. And here he is tonight. This one's going to be a 32-yard field goal. And a timeout is going to be taken here by Mountain View with 54 seconds remaining. We imagine if Cienega gets the ball back here that they're going to try and do something with the ball to score before they head into the locker room. No matter if Nguyen connects here or not. Last week, Cienega won 63-7 against Rincon University High School. Daniel Montana had a touchdown pass to Elijah Amico, and all of the other touchdowns were rushing touchdowns. 2 by Gabe Levy, 1 by Tristan Prawley, 1 by Dylan Silva, 1 by Josh Scravasio, and 1 by David Clark. So a lot of rushing there in that game. Passing, I guess, was not needed there. Montana probably could have thrown for more than 1 touchdown if he needed to. And here we go with the 31-yard field goal attempt for Nguyen. The kick is up, and it is no good, and that leaves things at 0-0. The Cats will get the ball back with 48 seconds remaining. And it'll be from the 20-yard line. Here we go, 48 seconds remaining. Swoger in at quarterback, and a flag here before the play starts, and it's going to be a false start on Cienega. Cienega's been committing flags on offense too much tonight, and it's really affected them, and could be a reason why they have 0 on the scoreboard. Swoger going to keep it up the middle. Tackled there quickly by number 56, Mike Contreras.
Ryan Swoger on the play. Mike Contreras on the tackle.
And Cienega not even looking to take a timeout here. They're just going to run things out as they run their plays. Pass here complete to Trey Denetzo. Has some blockers in front of him. And 11 seconds remaining. Clock stops at 10. And it is a timeout taken by Cienega after the good catch and run there by Trey Denetzo. And here we go. Cienega only has time for 1 play if they catch it in the field of play. Well, they do have a timeout if they want to use that. There would be no penalty in using that with only 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Swoger running around is going to keep it here himself. Swoger, the mobile quarterback. And nothing there. Big run there by Swoger. Going to add to his stats a lot, but that's going to bring an end to the half. As we have a 0-0 ball game here, it was missed field goals that are the reason that there's 0, and also penalties. And a dropped punt by on the Mountain View side, and that brings it to 0-0. So we're going to take a break here. I would say set your watches for 15 minutes, and we'll be back in action. Thanks for tuning in. We will be back in 15 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you direct your attention to the center of the field. It is a unique honor to introduce to you Cienega High School's inaugural class of inductees in Cienega's Hall of Honor. Tonight, we will officially enshrine 3 women who made a profound impact on Cienega's campus and in the Vail community. Alumnus Chloe Swindler, longtime Vail Governing Board member Whitley Ann Gibson, and Cienega's first principal, Dr. Tricia Pena. Chloe Swindler could not attend tonight, but she is the valedictorian of the class of 2013 and a highly decorated trumpet player who has accomplished many feats that were unprecedented and remain unparalleled in the state of Arizona. Chloe was the highest placing trumpet player in the Southeast region for each of her 4 years. She was the first chair trumpet for all 4 years at Cienega and an all-state first chair trumpet player for all 4 years. Chloe is a graduate fellow of Yale University and is currently auditioning at prestigious universities for acceptance into a doctoral program for trumpet performance. Chloe is the first African-American woman to receive a Bachelor of Music in Trumpet Performance from Boston University. She was the featured trumpet player at Fenway Park during the 50th anniversary memorial of the Vietnam War. She is an associate artist with Rodney Marsalis' Philadelphia Big Brass Performing Group. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in applauding Cienega Hall of Honor inaugural inductee Chloe Swindler. Whitley Ann Gibson is a towering figure in the Vail School District and a pillar of the Vail community. Ann Gibson served on Vail School District's governing board for 12 years. During this time, she earned a master's degree in boardsmanship, was awarded the Golden Cacti Award, and received the Vail Pride Day Heart of Vail Award. Ann Gibson is the recipient of the University of Arizona's It Takes a Village Award and is a lifetime member of the University of Arizona's President's Club. Ann continues to serve on Cove, Citizens of Vail for Education, and is often served as the chair of Cove, spearheading several Vail School District override and bond elections that serve to improve our schools in tangible ways. Ann worked with the state of Arizona to demand funds to build Vail's first comprehensive high school. She trekked to the state capitol to fight for Vail and was instrumental in the awarding of state allocated dollars used to plan, develop, and build Cienega High School. Ann Gibson is a tireless advocate for the Vail School District, its students, its staff, its board, and its community. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in applauding Cienega Hall of Honor inductee, Ann Gibson. Dr. Trisha Pena is our final inductee in the inaugural class of Cienega's Hall of Honor. Dr. Pena has been an educator for over 33 years, educating students from elementary school age to college level students. She has been a teacher, an administrator, and an adjunct professor. She holds a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, and a doctorate degree, all in education-related fields. She is the recipient of Arizona Department of Education's Arizona Leads Circle of Honor Award, recipient of the Presidential Who's Who Award, the Arizona School Administrators Association Distinguished Administrator Award. She is the National Association of Professional Women Woman of the Year, the National Society of Leadership and Success Honor Society inductee from Walden University, a 3-time Golden Bell recipient from the Arizona School Board Association, a Benz Bells Tucson Be Kind Model High School recipient, Johnston's Commitment to Graduate Model High School recipient for 4 consecutive years, Johnston's National Rock Star recipient, the Arizona School Administrators Association Principal of the Year, and she stewarded A+ School of Excellence Awards as Principal of Cienega in 2008 and 2012. Dr. Pena's visionary leadership ushered in an era of greatness for Cienega in academics, athletics, and extracurriculars. Dr. Pena's style of leading and entrusting the strengths of others to uphold shared core values of this institution are integral in establishing Cienega's current standing and reputation today. Dr. Pena was instrumental in crafting Cienega's mission statement, connections, high standards, and success. The Dr. Trisha Pena Library and Education Center is named in recognition of her leadership and countless achievements as Principal of Cienega. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in applauding Cienega Hall of Honor inductee, Dr. Trisha Pena. And one last round of applause for all of our recipients inducted into the inaugural class of the Hall of Honor: Chloe Swindler, Ann Gibson, Dr. Trisha Pena. Congratulations and Godspeed.
Hello and welcome back into the broadcast as we get set for the second half of Week 5 of Cienega football. It's the Mountain View Mountain Lions. If you're just tuning in, the reason it is 0-0 is Cienega has 2 missed field goals, and they have so many offensive penalties that have ultimately held them back offensively. And then the Mountain View side is they've had a lot of 3-and-outs, and they also fumbled a punt. So here we are at 0-0 to start things off in the second half. It will be Mountain View receiving first. Matt Slattery set to kick off for the first time of the night. And the second half is underway. Varney Larson on the kick return, up to around the 20, breaks a few tackles, and it is tackled from behind by number 81, Sonny Ham. And we'll bring out Hayden Parson and the Mountain View Mountain Lion offense. And no, it is not. It's Giovanni Cesasio, who we saw come in for Parsons in the first half as well, and here he is back again. Just a schematic thing. Nothing is wrong with Parsons. Cesasio is probably a better runner than Parsons is. Jace Crandell checks into the game. 3 receivers lined up for Ciascio. Back to throw. Oh, he's a lefty. Screen pass. DiMaggio Strave on the tackle. Pass caught by Sean Buttigieg. I believe that is the first time we saw Cesasio throw the ball. They're complete. Lefty quarterback. Same look here offensively. Looks to throw, and it is sacked by DiMaggio Strave. What a game Strave is having defensively, and to open up the second half. Cienega puts an extra person in the secondary for David Wilkinson, the lineman. Handoff, no, it's Ciascio on the keeper. And little to no gain there on the keeper from Ciascio. So that brings up a 4th down here to start. And the punt unit of Mountain View will come out, and Elijah Miko will get ready to return this one. Flags here before the punts. It is a false start, going to go against Mountain View, going to back them up even more. So if Amico can get a return here, Cienega will be in great position to start. Parson low punts. It's a bouncer. And Miko's going to let this one go. It goes out of bounds near the Mountain View sideline around the 47-yard line. So Cienega opening up their offense in Mountain View territory on their first drive of the second half. First and 10, pitch back here goes to Gabe Levy. Levy finds a hole, breaks a tackle. Good blocking there from Schlegel. And it is Gabe Levy in for the 45-yard touchdown. And that starts out scoring here in tonight's game. Penalty on the play is going to negate the touchdown. So it just shows you how penalties have really hurt the Cienega offense in tonight's game. That 45-yard run by Gabe Levy really jolted the crowd, but a penalty on the play. And another flag here. Looks like there's arguing from the Cienega sideline.
There's a second penalty down on the play that came in late.
And it's a sideline warning against Cienega.
Second foul is a sideline warning going against Cienega. Replay first down, first and 15.
So it's just going to be a 10-yard penalty there. And that brings up first and 15. High snap there. Swoger brings it down and tackled immediately. It was Tristan Prawley on the, nope, John Flores on the run. First run there of the night from Flores, tackled by 22, Kai Walsh. Pitch back here goes to Levy. He had a touchdown that was negated by a penalty on the last one, and tackled here by Aaron Logsden. So another third down here for the Cats with 9 minutes remaining in the third. Here they go, they need 15 here to convert the third down, and a flag here before this play gets off, and it's going to be against Cienega. I think it was a delay of game. Penalty after penalty for the Cats. It was an issue in week 1 against Choya, and it was something that we knew had to be cleaned up, and it looks here in week 5 that the penalty issues still are not cleaned. Trips right for Swoger, rolling right, looking for a receiver downfield, throws complete to Felix near the 40-yard line, tackled from behind. So it brings up a 4th and 3, and the offense is staying out on the field. Trips left now, looking to throw his Swoger. Feeling pressure, Swoger's going to keep it for himself here, has the first down and more down the far sideline, flags on the play. And it is against Cienega on 4th down. Wow. Block in the back call. And here we go with the return from Mountain View, and it is stacked up there. Collins Apoku Apo on the return.
Football, 1st and 10 from their own 24.
Hayden Parsons now back in at quarterback. Seems like they're switching off with Siasio and Parson. Parson hands off here to Apoku Apo, and it's stacked up there immediately. Wilkinson there. Well, I'll tell you one thing, the Mountain View defense can't be at fault for their 1-3 this season. They only allowed 7 to Ironwood Ridge, 13 to Higley, 13 to Castile, and shut out Tucson High last week. And we know Tucson High has a pretty good running back there. And now they, in this week 5, with 6 minutes, 30 seconds remaining, they've allowed the Bobcats, who is a team that scored 63 last week, they have 0 points. Third and 9. Parson looking to throw, steps up, throws, and this is way over the head of the intended receiver, Dylan Arvayo. So another punt here for Mountain View. 6 minutes and 2 seconds remaining in the third. And this one's almost blocked by JT Craig there. Takes a Cienega bounce and is down near the 45-yard line. We'll see the offensive Cienega back out on the field. Just a 19-yard punt for Parson there. And here we go. Back in action is the Cats offense. Marks goes in motion. Swoger, pitch here to Levy. Levy breaks the tackle and up to around the 25-yard line. So that puts things at the 25-yard line. Swoger has Kidney and Ware lined up as receivers. Marks in motion. High punt there, or snap. Flags on the play as Swoger keeps and is sacked. Mountain View has the football, but it is marked down. And the penalty on the previous play was against Cienega. So that's going to back things up here for them with 5 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the third. They're at the 35-yard line. Excuse me, 30-yard line. Kidney, Felix as receivers, and flags on the play against Cienega. And now things are at the 35-yard line. Penalty after penalty after penalty for the Cienega offense. And another penalty here. We'll see. This one's going to be against Mountain View finally. Officials here to talk about something. Long talk here by the officials about something. So it's just a penalty on Mountain View. Not sure what took so long there. But now it brings things back to the 30. Hopefully this play can get off here on first down. Swoger. Hand off to Dylan Silva. Up the middle. Silva has a tackler from behind. Still on his feet. And budges his way to near the 5-yard line. And I have good news for you, Cienega fans. No flags on the play. Cienega in their best field position of the night. Threatening from the 5-yard line. Sebastian Felix, Caleb Kinney lined up as receivers. Silva, Levy gets the handoff here. And he piles his way into the end zone, and they're going to mark him short. So it's a 2nd and 1 here, less than 1. This is a Dylan Silva type handoff here. Isaiah Webb comes in. Remember, Thomas Webb was their 1-yard guy last year. Pitch here goes to Levy, and Levy is into the end zone. And no flags on the play, so Cienega draws first blood with 3 minutes and 46 remaining in the third. Yes, that is the first score. Gabe Levy, 1-yard touchdown run. extra point here. Usually it would be Juliano Reyes to attempt the extra point, but now it is Matthias Slattery. And the kick is good. Seven to 0, 3:46 remaining in the third. Slattery here to kick to Collins Apoku Apo. Apo is going to return this one. Breaks the tackle there. Breaks another one. And gets some good extra yardage there as he was fighting for it. It was number, I believe that was number 31 on the tackle. Roman Chavez. So here's Hayden Parson and the Mountain View offense back out again. They're now trailing for the first time in the game. It was tied up until 3:36 in the third, and now it is 7 to 0. So the offense of Mountain View is going to need to get going here if they want to win this ball game. Handoff here goes up the middle, and it is stacked up immediately. Isaiah Webb, Hunter Schlegel. Handoff here again. And a loss there on the play. Cienega defensive line getting right through. David Wilkinson there first on the tackle of the carrier, Buttigieg. Here we go on 3rd and 10. Screen pass here, and it is incomplete as it bobbled out of the hand of Buttigieg. So I'll bring up a 4th and 10. And credit to the Cienega defense tonight. A lot of punting for Mountain View here in tonight's game. And a flag here before this punt gets punted. And it's going to be on Mountain View. So that's going to back them up. And a lot of his punts have been, they've rolled on and given Amico no chance to return it. But if Amico can return it from where this punt's taking, oh, nice punt there by Parson. And bobbled there by Amico, but he gets it back. That's the second time. Well, first time wasn't bobbled, he just had trouble picking it up. And that one was bobbled and fell to the ground, but he was able to jump on top of it. It's a good punt there by Parson. So the Cienega offense back out on the field. They've had a lot of trouble with their penalties tonight, but were able to score on their last drive, a 1-yard touchdown run punched in by Gabe Levy, who's had a spectacular night tonight. And here's the same play, pitch to Levy, left side. Levy up the middle, still on his feet, being chased from behind. Is Levy faster? Oh, grab from behind. There's no flag. Wow. It was a 35-yard by Levy. Oh, and a penalty goes against Cienega. It looked like Levy was horse-collared there on the play. And the whole crowd, that's what the whole crowd was asking for, but actually is a penalty against Cienega. I'm sure the coaches are going to have fun going over this film and seeing all these penalties and seeing the missed ones as well. Mountain View takes the timeout here with 1 minute and 46 seconds remaining in the third. Cienega up 7-0. Cats at Sunnyside next week. We'll have it here for you on Bobcat TV, so make sure to tune in if you are unable to make it. Here we go after the timeout. After the penalty, it makes things 1st and 5 from the 45. Run here by Levy. Excuse me, that is number 6, Colin Thomas, the big back, and a flag here on the play. Saw some extra chirping there. It was the penalties going to go against Mountain View. And flags before this play starts off. False start against the Cats. Wonder the amount of times I've said flag tonight. First and 15. Handoff here goes to Gabe Levy. And gets to the 30-yard line on the run. 7-yard gain there. Second and 8. Another handoff to Levy down the sideline and is tackled. Good tackle there by Logsden. And a flag there on the play with some extra chirping there. This game's getting a little chippy here. And it's an unsportsmanlike conduct on Cienega. You have to imagine it was definitely Gabe Levy there. So not only are there penalties, but there's also penalties like unsportsmanlike conduct, the sideline warnings, and stuff like that. And it's just been piling up on Cienega. They got to be glad here to have the 7-0 lead. Tristan probably has to come out. Handoff here goes to Colin Thomas, the big running back. Forty seconds remaining here in the third. Here we go with first and 10. Handoff here to Levy, now right side. Broke a couple of tackles there before being tackled around the 15-yard line. Cats are now in Pyramid Federal Credit Union business, the red zone. 5.9 seconds remaining here in the third. And the officials are going to let the clock roll, and that's going to flip things around. And that's going to bring us to the fourth quarter. It's the Cats up 7, Mountain View 0, heading into the fourth.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, it's my pleasure to introduce to you Cienega High School's Varsity Spirit Line Carriers. Isabella Mendez, Bree Henry, Amaya Renee, Captain Geneva Mack, Captain Brooke Henderson, Aaron Nichols, Allie Taylor, Michaela Worsham, Kiara Barlow, Madison Nails, Kennedy Rummel, Jocelyn Perdue, Savannah Miller, Eliana Avina, Michaela Clifford, Naomi Flores, Katrina Quijada.
Shout out to the Cienega Spirit Line and the Copper Thunder Marching Band for all of their hard work and dedication put into what they do. First and 10 from the 15. Handoff goes here to Amico, going left side, has a hole near the end zone, and he's in. 15-yard touchdown run on the sweep from Amico. And it is Matthias Slattery coming on for the PAT. You have to wonder why it's not Giuliano Reyes, as he's been doing those duties for the whole season. It's been Giuliano Reyes doing the kicking duties, Matthias Slattery doing the kickoff, and Sebastian Felix doing the punting, but now Slattery comes in and is 2 for 2 on PATs for tonight. Kickoff here from Matthias Slattery, going to be returned by Akoku Apo. And a good return here by Apo, up to around the 40-yard line. Great return there from Apoku Apo, and a good field position to start for the Mountain Lions, and they're going to need it. They are down 2 scores with 11:38 remaining in the fourth. And as the other quarterback, it's Giovanni Ciascio back in after 2 drives was taken by Parson. Sacked here by DiMaggio Strave for the big loss. Strave has had a great night defensively tonight. The sack from Strave puts the Mountain Lions back 12 yards, and it brings up a 2nd and 22 with 11 minutes remaining in the game. Handoff here goes to Logsden. Logsden is met by Christian DiCochea there. And a good gain of yards there on 2nd down, but it's still a very long 3rd down for the Mountain Lions to work with. They're going to start to need to convert these 3rd downs if they want to win this game. Down 14-0, 3rd and 13. Handoff here goes to Logsden, and it's stopped at the line of scrimmage. The ball is out, and the Cats have it. It was Bryce Marks that jumped on the fumble as it left the hands of Aaron Logsden. The Cats have it in great range. So Cienega has it on the 41-yard line of Mountain View. And it looks like we have a timeout from Coach Nugent before this drive kicks off. 14-0, Cats up with 10 minutes and 16 seconds remaining in the game. Cienega, if Cienega can score here, it'll be very detrimental to Mountain View and not easy to come back from if the Cats are up 17-0 or 21-0. Because so far they've done no scoring. Keeper here from Ryan Swoger gets a few yards there on the play. Is tackled by Aaron Logsden. Logsden's been all over the place tonight defensively. The senior linebacker. Under 10 minutes to play now. Cats at the 40 or the 35-yard line of Mountain View, 2nd and 4. Handoff here goes to Levy. Levy, with a defender on him, gets extra yardage there up to around the 18-yard line. What a night Gabe Levy has had. And a flag on the play is going to back this up. The amount of yardage that Levy has lost off of flags from Cienega is a huge amount tonight. And something that they're going to want to fix. So now the Cats are all the way backed up to the 43-yard line. It is 2nd and 12. It is Colin Thomas who falls there on the run. He trips up on himself there. It's going to be a loss of yards. So it's going to bring up a long 3rd down for the Cats. Third and 15 for Swoger in the offense, and flags on the play before this one gets started, and it's going to be a false start on Cienega. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 20 for the Cats to work with. Swoger back to pass on 3rd and 20. Feels pressure, and this pass is incomplete, intended for Elijah Amico. You haven't seen much throwing today. Amico is the leading receiver on the team. Coming into this game, he had 6 receptions. And again, that just shows you how much the Cats like to run the ball with Levy, Silva, John Flores. And now they're going to have to punt here. Collins Apoku Apo back to return. And a high punt here by Sebastian Felix. So the Mountain Lions are going to have it here in pretty good range. 7:53 remaining in the game. Mountain View's got to score. Credit to the Cienega defense tonight. Mountain View with 0 points. 7:53 remaining in the game. So does Parson back in the game with the offense. Handoff here goes to Varney Larson, the 5'7" running back, trying to get the edge on the far sideline, but then meets the sideline. He just kept going straight. Flags on the play. Penalty goes against Mountain View, which is going to back them up here. And a flag here on this play as well. False start on Mountain View. So many flags tonight, mostly on the Cienega side. But Mountain View can't be happy with the amount of flags that they have committed tonight. First and 25 for the Mountain Lions. To throw is Parson, feeling pressure from Streve, and throws to no one there. That's going to bring up a second. Oh no, flags on the play. Intentional grounding going to go against Mountain Views, which is going to back them up even more. Gotta imagine the official's arm is gonna hurt tomorrow morning. Reaching for the flags and throwing them all night. So now the ball is on the 6-yard line in the shadows of their own end zone is Mountain View. It is a 2nd and a 46. So they're gonna need a big play here to convert this to a first down. And they need to start making moves if they want to win this game. It is Parson on the keeper here, tackled from behind. Hunter Schlegel there on the tackle. Parson on the play. Hunter Schlegel on the tackle. Third and 45. Parson keeps again, and it is Caleb Clark on the tackle, which will bring up a very long 4th down. And the punting unit for Mountain View going to come out. 6 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the game. Parsons has gotten a lot of punting action tonight. Some very good stops by Cienega defensively. Mountain View doesn't have a very big team. You can see when their 11 are out here on the field that they don't have as many guys as, like, say, Cienega does. So Matt Johnson probably still trying to build a program over there in his first year at Mountain View. We know what he did with Ironwood Ridge, winning the state championship in 2012. And a delay of game on Mountain View is going to back things even more up. Parson is all the way near the last line of the end zone. This one bounces. Amico's going to pick it up here and trips over his own player, Tristan Prawley. Bobby Belts now in at quarterback. Handoff here goes to Gabe Levy. Just shows that Coach Nugent has trust in all 3 of his quarterbacks this year. Because this game is still in the reach of Mountain View, even though Mountain View hasn't scored. It's still a 2-score game. So Bobby Belts coming in shows that trust. Handoff here goes to Levy. Levy up to around the 27. Remember when Bobby Belts came in against the last home game against Centennial, created a spark and ran it in for it was only the 2nd touchdown of the game. It was the first touchdown offensively that Bobby Belts ran it in for. Remember the other touchdown came on a strip fumble recovery by Isaiah Webb, which went the other way. And Bobby Belch just ignited the crowd with that last drive. It's now 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. Belts hands off to Levy. Excuse me, that's Colin Thomas there. Broke a tackle on his way up to around the 12-yard line. First and 10 from the 16, Belts. Hands off here to David Clark. Something dropped there on the field. What is that? That's the glove of David Clark. 4 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the game. Cienega driving down the field in an attempt to score. Bobby Belts in at quarterback. They're at the 15-yard line of Mountain View, 2nd and 9. Josiah Flores comes in, David Clark in the backfield. Handoff here goes to Clark, finds a hole, and is tackled near the 11 by number 88, Reed Ryan, a sophomore.
Third down and 5 for the Cats. Number 12, Bobby Belts, the quarterback for Cienega.
Third and 5. Handoff here goes to John Flores. Flores all the way up to around the 2 yard. Oh, that's at the 1 yard line. Good run there by John Flores. And a penalty that's going to go against Cienega, which is going to bring that back. The holding penalty makes it 3rd and 14. Belts drops back to throw. Finding time, and it is sacked from behind by number 70, Barukima Menebi. That's going to bring up a 4th down, and we'll see who comes out here if they attempt a field goal. And it does look like Matthias Slattery is coming out here to attempt the field goal. So you wonder if just because Juliano Reyes missed those first 2 field goals, which were not easy. First was from 47, and the next was from 33. That they're trying Matthias Slattery and see what he can do. This one will be a 44-yard field goal. Excuse me, 43-yard field goal. And this one is no good. So that will flip things for the Mountain View side. They have 2 minutes and 18 seconds to try and come back here against the Cats. Best case scenario, get a touchdown and onside kick it. And we'll see, they haven't even been on the other side of the 50 in a while. Nothing going for the offense of Mountain View. Handoff here goes to number 25, and he's got a 1st down and more. Dylan Arvayo, very speedy back there. Flags here on the play. Hand off here to Lloyd Morning. That's his first carry of the night. Under 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining.
Number 21, Lloyd Morning, the ball carrier. Tackled by Cienega. Second and 15.
Under a minute remaining now. Mountain View showing no sense of urgency here. And it's number 41 there on the carry, Ezekiel Garcia, who's also seeing his first carry of the game. So now we're starting to see the backups.
Number 41, Ezekiel Garcia. Tackled by number 81, 75.
That brings up a 3rd and 6 now for Mountain View and Ciasio. Handoff here again to Ezekiel Garcia up the middle to about the 45-yard line. 13 seconds remaining.
Ezekiel Garcia, the ball carrier. Tackled by number 24.
And that's it. Mountain View's not going to run another play. That's how things end here, 14-0. I'm going to do a scoring breakdown here. First, it was the 47-yard field goal, no good by Juliana Reyes. Then it was a 33-yard field goal, no good by Juliana Reyes. Then it was on the other side, it was a 31-yard field goal, no good by Nguyen. Then it was Gabe Levy, a 1-yard touchdown run, which made it 7-0. Then it was a 15-yard touchdown run by Elijah Miko, 14-0. And then a no good 43-yard field goal attempt by Matt Sidery. And that's how things end here, 14-0 in the low-scoring affair. Cienega improves to 3-2. Mountain View falls to 1-4. Thanks to the whole crew tonight. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good night.